But yes, that's what you hear come from...
What direction was it coming from?
Down, under you. Yeah, because I want to say you're in the front room right now. So there's a fireplace, coffee table, couple couches, TV, tube TV, VHS player playing Jurassic Park.
The virtual boy.
In a virtual, yeah, he's got a whole bunch of systems hooked up to it. You can tell that the systems aren't normally hooked up to it. Like he brought them out specifically for all of you because he loves you all so much.
I don't know that I want his love.
Not anymore.
So, that was freaky, right? Right, guys?
Yeah, that was freaky. I don't want to go down there.
Yeah. Want to draw straws? See who goes down there. I think we have to check it out. I don't think it's gonna go away.
I mean, if he like kidnapped somebody, we don't just want to leave them to die, right?
We
Sounds
could
like Jesse's
call
volunteering.
the police.
Police, get out of here.
What are you doing? What do you think about that? We're children. We can handle this.
Such a good point.
I don't think my driver's permit can help in this situation.
Hey, officer, we have this photo of this chopped off hand.
Human
There
hand.
seems to be radiation in the back.
Oh no.
It's a viable option, but we'll see how well calling the police on the world's best Samaritan in town goes.
One thing my dad always told us is to never talk to the police. And always shred.
I knew it. They were hiding something.
You oust yourself that accident.
So is Jesse going down to check on what that noise was?
I mean, we can call the cops, but I don't know if they'll believe us. I've heard people calling the cops around here before, and they never believe the kids or the young people.
And what if they don't find anything? Then we're here alone with Mr. Corbitt after we've called the cops. This seems a little scary.
Does your dad work for Enron?
That's
With the what now?
Who told you?
He works for Sega.
No, your uncle works for Sega. Your other uncle works for Nintendo.
Sega does what Nintendo don't. Anyways, sorry.
Anyways, let's go.
Anyways, who wants to die? Who wants to die? Look, guys, we all saw the book. We all know how crazy it is. But I think we have to move forward, all right? So either we just leave this fucking place and hide out for a few days until our parents come, or I think it's behooved of us to check out either below us, the basement, or the greenhouse. So since I'm the idea man... Sorry, what?
I'm the idea.
I'm worried that he kidnapped somebody and he has them in the basement.
All right, let's check the noise out. Let's just go as a group. It'll be safest that way.
The
Agreed.
door to the basement opens on its own.
Oh.
It's like it hurt us.
You know, I think we're getting pretty tired.
Who wants to go upstairs and hide under the bed?
I am not okay.
So, who's going first?
I feel like I should take something with me, but I don't know what to take to a Satanist basement.
Is there a flashlight? Maybe we can find a flashlight.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, you can probably find one. I want to say somebody roll a, let's say, 3-point preparedness test.
Sure, I'll do it.
What's funny is this
Doesn't
game
have to
is...
be prepared, but like in the 90s, like all of like the adults had like flashlights in those emergency drawers in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, preparedness
junk drawer?
basically means you get what you need in a situation where you're looking for
Ah,
something.
I mean, I
So-
have my glow-in-the-dark yo-yo.
That'll work for the 3 seconds it's charged.
I guess I can roll for it. What do I need?
It's just a 3-point preparedness test. So whatever you have in preparedness, you can bet towards it if you want.
Okay. I will bet 1 point towards it.
Sounds good. So then you need 2 or higher.
I got a 4, so I didn't need to bet at all.
Yeah, so you find you open the big drawer. You know, the big drawer in the kitchen? You open the big drawer, and there's a couple flashlights in there. I want to say 2.
Okay, alright, I grab both of them.
You hand them out.
Yeah. And then, so, like, is there, like a light switch that we can pull on down there?
Yeah, it's one of those dangly light switches right above the basement stairs.
Okay.
So you get to the basement door, which is now open mysteriously. And it's just dark when you look down it, and then you see the dangly light switch.
Okay, we're all down here, right? Not just me.
Well,
Yes.
you're at the stairs entrance.
Oh,
You haven't gone
So
down.
I tried to turn on the light switch.
Oh, of
I'm
course.
right behind you, Smashley.
Smash.
What?
I said I'm right behind you, Smashley.
Mashley. Okay.
I like that Ashley has 20 nicknames.
Yeah, because I'm just, I'm so cool that I'm not going to tell you what I want to be called.
Ash Black.
Ashley.
Like Ash Ketchup. No. All right.
But the light switch does not work. Of course it doesn't.
Of course it doesn't. Okay, all
Why would
right.
it work?
Yeah. So we shine the flashlight down the stairs and see if there's any obstacles that need to be overcome on the stairs.
Lee, I think you should have the other flashlight. You're a photographer. You know how to direct light.
That I do.
So what you see at the bottom is it looks like when you shine the flashlights down, it's a staircase that leads down, and then there's a wall, and then there's a door to the left. And almost serendipitously, as you shine the light on it, that door opens. And then you hear
This person just making the sound effects for the door.
Yeah, something weird's going on.
It sounds not great. It sounds not necessarily human. I don't know, it could be anything. It's hard to tell at this point. Like, it does
Does it sound
sort of like
babyish?
a little bit, but also
Dusty, put your ear to the ground. Put your ear to the ground.
on the stairs, just. But yeah, so you see stairs leading down, and then a door open on the left. A door literally opens on the left.
All right. Well, I guess if
I
we
don't
go
want to
down
be
there.
in last, but I don't want to be first. So
Okay, I guess like I'm the oldest, so I'll go down first as long as other people are right behind me.
I'm right behind you.
Thanks.
Right behind you.
I'm 2 behind you. Exactly 2.
You get to the basement. What you see is it looks like a very dark utilities room. Like there's a like switcher box on the wall, and then you see like almost like rows upon rows of like linens drying. So it's almost like a maze of just kind of like linens hanging and stuff like that are being dried in the basement. You see, of course, like laundry equipment, like the dryer and the washer and everything like that. Cabinets that hold supposedly cleaning utensils and stuff like that, and then other things you find in a utility basement kind of thing. There's another door that seems to lead more deeper into the basement. It seems like a very expansive basement. When you open it behind you, it's just like a wall and then like basement in front of you. So like there's nothing behind you or anything like that.
Okay. With our flashlights, can we try to cautiously proceed
Through the basement. Is there anything you'd like to spend or do looking around the basement?
Can I use my Notice Me Senpai skill?
Notice? Yeah, sure. Would you like to use any points in it, or just use it as a general thing?
Yeah, I have 2, so I guess I can use at least 1.
1 is enough.
Yeah.
What you notice when you're all kind of looking around and stuff, you get to that other side, like you go through the wall and you get to the other side. It looks like it's more of a food storage. And there seems to be some refrigerators in that room. All of them seem to be locked with padlocks, but they're those kind of low refrigerators that lift up to kind of like open and stuff like that. And yeah, this room just has a few of those in them. But what you notice when you're also looking around is that the light kind of catches one of the walls in a weird way. It's almost like that wall is made out of something else that the other walls are not.
Can I use
I
my
go-
intuition?
Knock
Oh
on
no,
the wall.
go ahead.
And to see
You
what it
knock on
sounds
the
like.
wall to alert the people that might be
No,
down
a soft knock, like one of these, like you're trying to find a stud.
So you you hear boom, 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 tung, tung, like it's hollow on that one.
Ooh. Guys, it's hollow.
here. Sounds very metallic-y.
It is a little metallic-y.
Huh.
As long as it's not fleshy, then I think we're good.
Do we hear anything else in the room? Or has that, like, moaning thing subsided?
You don't hear anything just yet. It seems like whatever it was only kind of
I don't
pipes
like
in
that yet.
occasionally, but not right now.
Can I check to see if there's any of the pear and blue cheese ice cream in the coolers?
The coolers are locked. You can decide to open them if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to try to open one.
You would have to filch them, and I want to say it's a filch check of 8. They are locked tight, and they
All
are
right,
locked
I'm going to use
securely.
all 3 of my points and then hope I...
You would need
Whoop.
to get a 5 or higher.
Okay. I'm never going to filch, why not? 4.
You try to mess with
So
the
close.
lock. You break the lock.
Hey!
It doesn't open though.
Oh.
You break whatever tool you have inside the keyhole.
Yeah, it just locks it even further.
I want to try to filch one of the other freezers.
Sure. It's a check of 8. You're gonna use all of your
Okay.
health points trying to open these freezers.
I only had 3, so I'm in the same boat. Let's see. 6!
6. All right. So here's what happens. You manage to open it, and it looks like it's got those same coolers that you saw in the back of the van. The weirder thing that you see is when you lift up the lid, there's instructions on the inside of the lid of the freezer, and it says baby needs, and it lists like ounces of food, and it seems like a lot of food. Like it needs like so much of it, and it says daily, like every single day, and there's like checklists. There's like a kind of like sign-off sheet for every day that it's been done. And he seems to do it like at least once a week. Is he feeds whatever this thing called baby is. And then there's another one that says little one. And then that also has sign off on it occasionally. It's weird. He's been seemingly feeding something, whatever is in these coolers. And you kind of already know what's in these coolers.
I'm gonna yell, is there a kidnapped baby down here? And see if anything happens.
Oh,
When you do that on the other side of the wall, next to you, the one, the hollow wall, you just hear, and it sounds like really
It's a
scary.
raptor!
It's a raptor.
It sounds like
Too
an
much
angry
music
cat.
for one night. But it sounds like something very large mimicking the sound of a child.
It sounds like an angry cat.
It's a cat. It's just a cat. That's all it
It's
is.
like a cat that's being picked up that doesn't want to be picked up.
The way you described it made me think of that bear from Annihilation.
Oh God. That's the worst. A little bit though.
So it's on the other side of that metallic wall. That wall.
Yeah.
On the side of that.
Also, as you look at that, you don't see it until it's already done. The door to the basement slams shut.
Awesome.
Cool.
Tight.
And that's when you notice that something's glowing underneath the wall, the hollow wall. It seems there's like a purplish kind of glow. Jesse, you recognize the purple glow. It looks like the same glow that's in the garden house.
Yeah,
The
that's what I
greenhouse.
tell them. I'm going to get one of the coolers and hey guys, I wonder if there's a demon behind this wall. I'm gonna take this cooler just in case there's a demon. I can feed it so it won't eat me.
Oh, so one of the little coolers, just to like hit it or whatever. That makes sense. You got,
The
you got a
little picnic
lunchbox.
coolers. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just a snack for later,
It's just enough to distract a demon so it doesn't bite me.
just don't want to get bitten.
Seems perfectly logical.
See, that's a great idea. And I also reach in for a bag, but it like catches on the lock I popped open and sort of spills on my shoes.
Just blood in a hand, and just this one has a foot in it, and maybe
Brandon's just sabotaging himself.
I like your idea. I'm glad.
In the darkness, you don't quite make out what it is. Something kind of swings from parts of the rafters.
It's Quasimodo!
Because you know how basements sometimes have those like exposed rafters? Something is like kind of monkeying, swinging from one to another, and then but it's like only occasionally in the darkness. Can't quite make out what it is.
Are there
I
any
intuit
windows?
that something is hinky. Very, very hinky here.
Are there any of like those basement windows that's just like at the very top of the wall?
No,
Nothing.
which
So
is
it's just
against
completely
code.
enclosed.
Yeah, it's there should be, but there
Is
are
it a
not.
very young? Is it a very young Sia who's swinging from some chandeliers?
Just getting it in early. Yes, currently your situation is there might be something in the basement with you. It's too dark to find it, and it's too fast to get a light on it. And there's a hollow wall next to you, and you have a bunch of coolers seemingly filled with body parts. Oh, and the door's shut, and you can't get out.
So it's going well.
Yep. All in all, a good day for Cthulhu.
Are there any tools in the room? Like digging tools or
What would you like to find?
like gardening
You can roll-
tools?
if you want, you can roll a preparedness check to get something. But what would you like to get?
What would be really helpful right now?
Crowbar.
Gun.
Gardening shears.
Gun.
Yeah, crowbar. Crowbar. Ooh, gardening
crowbar.
shears. I like that.
A garden shears or
Crowbar.
crowbar?
Crowbar. We'll just
Crowbar?
stick with
Okay.
crowbar.
We'll go crowbar. I want to say crowbar is pretty easy down here. In fact, it's a little too easy. You roll me a 3 preparedness.
Okay, I'll spend 2 points.
Make it
Just
happen.
guaranteed.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you find a crowbar. It's like kind of lodged next to the coolers for some reason.
I reach out for it and
Take it. Yeah, you're good.
pick it up.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like Mr. Corbitt might have a fire extinguisher down here. You know, he's very prepared. He seems a very safety-minded person. Can I see if there's a fire extinguisher down here?
There's not a fire extinguisher in this room.
Unsafe.
Yeah, there's a lot of code breaking in here.
That's our main problem here.
This is not up to code. Somebody's got
I am going to
tell
report
somebody.
this guy.
We need to call the police.
Someone call the fire marshal.
Guys, we
Bill.
should write our senators.
Dusty says, slow zoom as patriotic music plays.
Eat the tic tac. Continue.
Sorry, I was saying like, you know, Dusty's just like standing there with his arms like at his side, like and looking up and like a hand towards the future. Like, you know, like a superhero.
Something swings from
Crowbar
the rafters in
against
front
my
of him.
shoulder. Yeah. Oh. I immediately duck behind Ashley.
But yes, what would you like to do? You have a crowbar now.
Throw it at it.
Well, it's moving so fast, we can't even get a light on it. So quick. Should I
You
maybe
try
try
to open the door?
to get the door open?
Yes.
Or maybe I should pop open some more of these fridge full of food.
Now, which
Rich.
door are you talking about? Are you talking about the basement door or the potential mysterious wall?
How is the door we came in from?
That would be the safe
Unless-
bet, right?
You don't want to do the safe thing, right, guys? I'm not
I
wild
vote
carding
for
it
the
here.
safe thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think in reality, I'd want to get the hell out of here at this point.
I want to find the
Yeah.
sad baby. Where is the
Well,
sad
you can
baby?
stay down here and, you know, and talk to the sad baby if you want to.
Fine, give me the crowbar.
We'll throw it
with
back,
One more swoop,
yeah.
I drop it on the ground because I'm terrified. So it's on the ground now.
Yeah, it's
So
on the-
you can have it.
No, let's get the upstairs door open first, and then Fitzy can take the crowbar for the wall.
There's a dark secret to the sad baby. That's why I want to find it.
I must follow the sad baby.
Alright, so I pick up
There's
the
also
crowbar
younger
again,
sister.
Right, jam it in the door we came from.
You try
I
to
try
do
to
that.
pull.
You
Like, oh, guys.
try to do that. When you go to hit the door to the basement, it's almost like some sort of like purple like light just kind of forces you back from the door. And then you hear the and then a couple bangs. Like it's almost like something thuds against the wall enough to make like dust come from the rafters a little bit. It scares whatever's in the rafters a little bit. And that thing kind of moves around again.
I'm more scared of the dust.
You get in your lungs. Could be
If you're more scared of the dust, you should lead us into the next room then.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of
I
it.
agree.
Dusty's definitely not scared of the
was
dust. His name is
born-
Dusty.
This is how I dress myself.
He's scared of
Amazing.
dust.
So good. So you're trying to open whatever this mysterious wall is then?
Yep. Yeah.
We're
He's
just
trying to open it.
Smack the wall.
If anything, Dusty, if anything happens to you, your mom will get at least $1,000 bonus.
I want to say you hit the wall a couple of times trying to find
And
like
one day off.
an edge to like kind of jam it in to open it, but what just hitting it a couple of times, it goes whoosh, and it lifts up like a laboratory door. And on the other side of it, there's a fully lit laboratory, and it looks fairly. It's not exactly in the best shape, probably because Mr. Corbitt or whoever uses this lab, probably Mr. Corbitt, doesn't expect people to visit it, so he doesn't exactly keep it clean. But there's like kind of a fluorescent light in the ceiling that you see. The room is tinted in greens and whites, kind of pale greens and whites. But sitting on the counter are these strange plants you've never seen before that are glowing kind of a purplish. The lab is a very kind of like open lab. There's a drain in the basement, like in the flooring, and like kind of an operating table that is covered in dried blood. There's dried blood leading to this drain in the floorboards and stuff. And then the worst part is that there's a door leading off to the right, and above it, in kind of child's font, it just says "baby's room."
I've never
Oh.
seen the end of Little Shop of Horrors, but it ends okay for everybody, right?
For everyone.
I guess
Okay.
I'd like to check around the lab to see if there's any more like evidence of what's going on here, just quickly.
So you're just taking pictures and everything like that with your camera?
Yeah, just taking pictures and stuff.
Do you want to use photography as a skill?
I would. 1 point, please.
1 point. Okay. So you tend to investigate a bit better when you're using your camera. It's almost like you focus more on details when you're taking pictures of them and everything like that. Your Polaroid camera. One thing you notice is that these plants do not look like they're from Earth. Like they look all sorts of fucked up. Some of them are glowing a weird light that you've never seen before. Some of them start to move towards you when you look at them too close, and they like kind of like they look like flowers, but then they kind of like open up with teeth. But they're all too small and almost. It looks like it's a tray of harvested plants. Not all of them are fully dead or anything like that. However, like these plants are not to their full potential. Let's put it that way. Supposedly, in theory, the plants that are in the greenhouse probably are a bit stronger than these ones. But these plants kind of like try to reach out for you. They look like they're dangerous. I want you to make a cool check of 2. Because seeing something kind of ethereal and otherworldly is a little weird.
Just barely made it 2.
Nice. So you don't lose anything. It's weird for sure, but like maybe these just aren't. You're 12. Maybe these just are plants you've never heard of before. Whatever. That's something you catch. But yeah, you're taking pictures of everything, and then all of a sudden something reaches down from the ceiling and grabs your camera from your hand.
Oh, that is not cool. I'd like to hold on to it or try to grab it back.
You're kind of like fighting it. Let's say, give me an athletics check of 3. Whatever's trying to grab it is not very strong.
Oh man.
I'm gonna use 1 point just to make sure I get it. 4.
4. Okay. So you're like, first you're trying to grab it, and then you look up to see what it is. It's this horrifying, weird little monstrosity. It's wearing like a kid's t-shirt, but it doesn't have like half of its body. Imagine 2 very long arms and then just like a head that's just kind of sewn onto it. And like the eyes kind of poke out on stalks. And like its teeth are just like, and it's like making like creepy baby noises and stuff. And like it's trying to grab your camera. It lets go because it's getting resistance. And it kind of does this weird cartwheel back onto the floor and then kind of twirls around. And you see it in the doorway that the door you opened. And it just kind of goes, and then the door shuts. Everybody make me a 3 cool test. Let's make it a 4. Make it a 4 cool test.
Ooh, 6.
All right, I'll use 2 of my cool points.
I got a 5.
You got a 5? What did I say? It's a 4 point? Yeah. Okay, so you passed.
Oh, I got a 6. Darn
Lee,
it.
it sounds like you passed, right?
I'm
Okay.
gonna use.
Fenton,
I'm
you
gonna use
passed, but
1.
you used some, right?
I used 2, so I
Okay.
took it out.
I got 1.
Oh my.
I spent 1 and I got 1.
So
But
here's the
2.
thing, because you spent 1 and still failed, you lose what you bet and the total value. So you lost
And
5. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, so and then Jesse, what'd you get?
I spent 2 and I rolled 5.
You spent 2 and you rolled 5. Okay, so everybody who lost cool, depending on how much you lost, tell me how you lost your cool a little bit. Dustin, you'll go last because you lost the most.
So I screamed really, really loud and I fell into one of the benches or the tables.
Oh no. So you lost your footing and screamed. Fenston, how do you lose your cool? Because you lost like 2 or something, right?
Yeah, I spent 2. Yeah, so I saw that horrible T-shirt it was wearing, and my just fashion senses were overwhelmed of how awful it was. Not even noticing how creepy the creature was, just being like, "Oh my god, Elmo, what tie-dye Elmo shirt?" I lost it, and in my fit of just confusion and chaos and craziness, I swirled around and I slammed onto the floor, and I proceeded to accidentally eat one of Dusty's fallen Tic Tacs.
Oh no. And then Dusty, you lost the most. You lost 5 points of cool. What's that even put you at?
Oh, I'm at 0.
Oh God! How you did something extremely embarrassing that nobody will ever forget. What happened? Did you poop yourself?
I was going more violent, but I could try to come up with something sillier.
Yeah, I mean you're kids. Don't be violent.
I was just gonna say that. Well, maybe this is too much of that. Jesse's scream startled me so much that I threw my crowbar into the darkness, and my arms fell back toward the tables with the teeth plants, and I got chomped on.
Oh no!
On my wrists. I pull them out.
I want to say
There's a little blood.
there's a weird visceral reaction your body gives you from getting bitten by these otherworldly plants that causes you to do something really embarrassing. And I want to say that's like you basically sneeze and just get snot like everywhere, like all over yourself. And just like, you're just covered in that. Everybody's gonna call you Booger Boy if they find out about this. It's just...
What if
You propel it. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was gonna say, what if the plants bit him on his butt and he had an allergic reaction because he's allergic to plants? His butt grew so big that it split his pants.
Just big butt. You got big butt and you sneezed all over the place. And everyone's gonna remember this. They're all gonna remember this. They're all gonna laugh at you.
Stop laughing at me.
Can I
yes.
use my can I use my first aid to help out Big Butt?
Yeah, you gotta suck it out. You gotta suck the poison
Oh,
out
then
of
no,
the
I'm good. The
No,
Tic Tac
I'm
was
kidding.
enough. No, thank you.
The Tic Tac was enough. But essentially, you got locked in this room with this horrible little thing, whatever that thing was, Fenston, you definitely recognize it as fitting the silhouette that you saw the first night. And apparently its head comes off because as it was like stomping, it pressed the door almost to like kind of wave to you. It picked its head off to kind of go like that, and then the door slammed. And you're like, oh, okay. But as it did that, baby's room starts to open. You just see, and there's like a fog that kind of comes out from under it. The lights seem to get sucked out. Like it starts to get dark as this door starts to slowly open. On the other side of it, it's very, very slow. Like you have like at least 10 minutes. That's how long this door is taking to open. But what you hear on the other side as it's opening is just like something slamming against the walls, and just like this otherworldly sounding baby that's just like, and like you can't really tell what it is, but whatever it is, it's cranky and it's waking up. But yeah, you just hear as like this door is slowly starting to open. You have about 10 minutes to act before
start
the door
freaking
opens.
out and start quoting Austin Powers, fat bastard. I want baby back.
That's your mad spiral. That's how you
That's my
spiral the madness you quote.
Just start doing all these Austin Powers references. So we have 10 minutes to figure out what the hell to do.
Does Jesse still have the cooler?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you have the little cooler. Yeah, the handheld cooler.
I'd like to look at the door that the chimpanzee thing ran through to see if there's like a keypad or something like that.
There is a keypad to open it.
Does anybody know Mr. Corbitt's birthday?
Calmly asking this as everyone's like,
No, but I'm very good with computers. I might be able to hack it.
I'm also good at computers. I'm gonna try to like short circuit it.
ooh, that's a good idea.
So like I like crack the face open and see if I can like make the wires
Mess
short
with
circuit.
wires to see if you can get it open.
Yes.
With that, I want to say that is a computer's check of 10. It is a very advanced machinery.
I'm going to spend 10 computer points.
Nice.
Or 9 computer
Nine.
points.
9
Nice.
computer points. Nice. So you're messing with that. Maybe it's gonna work. Maybe it's gonna work. What's everybody else doing in the meantime?
I'm gonna go find the
Try and
crowbar since it got thrown across the room.
Pick it up and arm yourself.
I'm gonna arm myself.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, since Jesse is working on the face like lock thingy mechanism, I can take the cooler and like maybe play some defense or something with the food.
Chuck it at it if it gets too close. Makes sense.
I decide to take Dusty's blown up pants, because now I assume he's in his boxers because his butt exploded or something like that. I decide to take the scraps, the scraps of those pants, tie it around one of the plant's pots, and start to drag it. And I'm gonna try to use that as a weapon, seeing what happened to Dustin, just in case somebody goes around.
Weaponize the plant.
I'm just gonna chuck it at whatever comes around.
And then Dusty.
And I'm just looking for like any sort of loose cloth or anything I can hide my shame in.
There's probably some sort of operating smock or something. You don't know what used to wear it. It might be a body. But hey, at
See,
least
how many
you're
Better
not
than
there.
are there?
better than a butt.
Jesse, you're messing with the lock, and you hear the door lifts up, and Mr. Corbitt is standing there. And he sees everything that's going on, and he's just like, "You kids need to get out of here!" And like he kind of like gets into the room, gets between the door of Baby and you guys, and just kind of like tries to kind of force the door back down. You see from under the door some sort of tentacle comes up to kind of try and grab the bottom of the door to kind of force it open. And Mr. Corbitt's like, "Everybody needs to get out of here right now." As he's like kind of forcing the door open, and he's like pointing to get out of the door. The door that Jesse unlocked stays open. And there's kind of like this otherworldly light coming from underneath the door that Baby is seemingly coming out of.
All right. Well, I leave.
I leave.
Yeah. Running.
Thanks,
Or
Mr.
Corbett.
Corbett.
Thanks, Mr. Corbitt. We'll see
Did you get
tomorrow.
the ice cream?
That's what I was
Did
gonna
you come
say.
back with the ice cream?
So it sounds like everybody runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you run out of Mr. Corbitt's house. There's like a light, like a purple light coming from the basement as you stare at it for a while. Maybe you all run to Fenston's house because he literally lives right next door. The light kind of seemingly goes off for a little while. There's a couple neighbors that like you can see them peeking out through their windows, like looking at like what's going on at Mr. Corbitt's house and stuff like that. And then the light slowly fades and everything seems to be quiet again. But you don't really dare go back to Mr. Corbitt's house. Like, you saw a lot of stuff in that basement, and you're kind of terrified of everything that could go on there. But it's one of those things where all of you are in disbelief, and you're just kind of staring out the window, looking at Mr. Corbitt. Is Mr. Corbitt going to come outside? Like, is he going to be okay? Did he manage to stop whatever was in the basement? You don't know, but you're all in such panic, disbelief. You don't even realize hours go by as you're just watching from Fenston's window, just seeing if he woke up. You pass out, I want to say maybe around like 3 a.m. of just watching for hours on end, holding your breath almost. And just, you know, you don't know what happened to Mr. Corbitt, but time goes by. You don't see him the next morning. You don't see him after that. Your parents come back. They're mad that Mr. Corbitt left you alone at Fenston's house. But they're also concerned because in a couple of days, like basically right when they get back, there's a for sale sign outside Mr. Corbitt's house, and his house seemingly appears to be empty. Everyone in town misses him, and there's rumors that fly every meetup about possible reasons as to why he left without saying anything. You checked his house after seeing the for sale sign, sneaking in to see if he left any evidence that you could find of baby's room or the Liber Ivonus or, you know, anything about this church of contemplation. Nothing. It's all gone. That secret room, it's like it was never there. Like paved over everything. No evidence of it ever being there. People don't necessarily believe any of the evidence you've shown. You've watched too many horror movies. You're good at making props. Everybody has different reasons for why they don't believe you. And nobody knows what Mr. Corbitt is doing these days. There's rumors maybe he was a criminal on the run. Everybody has a different rumor for why he left. He may have changed his name and moved to a different country for all you know. But you have seen some things that you can't explain. Uncovered a new world of mythos and mysteries. These things you can't overlook. You have a duty to get to the bottom of them. So you guys start a little club. A little Mythos Mystery Society, as you were, to save the world from the other world that lies beneath. A little teen detective club. And before we end for tonight, what do you guys call your little detective club? So it was a big decision, and we couldn't come up with one on the spot, so I gave them time to think about it afterwards, and what they ended up settling on was the Trapper Keeper Club. So with that, I don't want to hold you all much longer. We're already reaching 11 p.m. I'm Dave. I was the keeper for tonight. We're going to go around and introduce ourselves. So the way that you guys all do this is tell us your real name, tell us who you played as, tell us if you're doing anything on the internet where we can find it, and then tell us what your favorite part of the night was. Who would like to go first? Because usually I just go from left to right on my screen, but if you're all new to this, I'll go with whoever's ready first as opposed to that angle.
I can go first. My name is Mike. I played Lee, and I don't exist on the internet.
I'm but a ghost. What was your favorite part of the night?
Oh man, I would say probably coming up with the plan to get Mr. Corbitt to leave the house. Like actually like brainstorming like a solid plan.
That was really good. Yeah, that was a good. I was just like, how are they gonna get to do all this without Corbitt just being like, don't do that? So that was like a really good strategy y'all came up with. Who would like to go next?
I can go. My name is Gina. I played Jessie. I am not public on the internet. My favorite part was being the lookout at Chuck E. Cheese. I picked
very
like
good.
the boy band fandom as like a just like flavor, and I didn't really expect it to be useful.
And it became useful like a lot.
It was
Really good. That was wonderful. Yeah. Who else would like to go? Or
I can
who's
go
ready?
next. My name's Alicia. I played Ashley, and I'm not really, I'm not really on the internet except to watch videos. My favorite part of the night, I think, was probably, picking up the hand and not knowing what it was out of the cooler. But also distracting Mr. Corbitt like in the kitchen and like having like a battle of the boy bands kind of in the kitchen.
Speaking of which, I kind of forgot about that hand being left at a Chuck E. Cheese's. I actually did have an ending thing for it. I just didn't write it in my thing because I wasn't expecting anyone to do that. So as far as how that shakes out, you see on the news that somebody was arrested being tied in conjunction with a mysterious package being left behind a Chuck E. Cheese parking lot. And that this person was arrested, but apparently whoever they were lived alone. So whatever the weird little girl was, this is somewhere on the loose or something. I don't know.
That's not creepy.
Not creepy at all. Dustin or Fenston, who would like to go next?
Okay. Save the best for last. So my name is Brandon. I play Dusty. You can find my OnlyFans at... No, just kidding. I'm not really on the internet.
No, tell us what it is.
I was literally gonna do that joke, and I was like, you can find me at OnlyFans at Saucy Mossy.
That's very good.
That's a good name, too. I'd subscribe.
Damn it.
Damn
I
it.
can never come up with a good name. That's such a good name.
Yeah.
It's literally the only thing stopping me.
I just make pasta sauce. Just
That's all. OnlyFans isn't
like,
the only
Naked.
porn, guys.
And you occasionally spread it all over your body.
Of course, I mean it's OnlyFans. Keep going.
And my favorite part of just right now was earlier in Chuck E. Cheese. I forget, like Mossy was feigning like he never had pizza before, and he said, "I'll have one of those," but he meant, "I'll have a Chuck E. Cheese."
Yeah, I'll take an
That's
entire
I love
what
Chuck
I
I
said.
love that.
That's what I meant. Like when I was like, your dad can buy you a whole Chuck E.
E.
Cheese.
A whole one
Yeah.
of these.
I'm not like gonna have this pizza. I loved it.
yeah, and I'm Mossy. Is Fenston R. Fenston Fitzwilliam. I'm not really on the internet. And I was gonna say that honestly, it's funny you said my thing was your favorite part. My favorite part was you with when you were sneaking around, pushing the ear to the floor, wearing the trash bags and the the banana peels. I thought that was really funny.
Amazing.
It's very Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. And I am Dave. I was the keeper for tonight. You can find us on Twitter at Mystery Mythos. You can find us on YouTube at the Mythos Mystery Society. You can find us on Twitch at the Mythos Mystery Society. You can find us on TikTok at the Mythos Mystery Society. You can find us. That's it, actually. I think that's it. My favorite part of the night was God. There was a lot of really good ones. I think my favorite part of the night was the awkward dinner with Mr. Corbitt. Because that was very fun. Everybody's just like, this guy might be a serial killer, and he's like, I love children.
I love children so much, I'm making one.
I'm making one in my basement.
I truly want to know though, like about the baby, because I'm so confused. If his daughter was 8, why was there a whole crib set?
Well, you got when you make a baby out of human body parts.
You still keep him in a crib.
You still have to start from scratch, you know.
Yeah,
Still
you
gotta do
practice
2 hour every 2 hour feedings and
Every 2 hours,
everything.
yeah, it's ridiculous. But as far as MYTHOSCON goes, tomorrow we will be doing, what the hell is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Sleepaway, which is a summer camp counselor horror themed, a bit more serious leaning RPG that I will be in, being moderated by Ty because it's a DM-less system. So that's what will be going on tomorrow for MYTHOSCON 2021. And with that, we are the Mythos Mystery Society, brought to you by Schmuckies. Schmuckies! Did anybody have anything?
No.
Schmuckies. No.
Yes, Schmuckies. It goes best with peanut butter and when it's served by Kepler's mother.
There it is.